Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am so grateful to have you here with me today. I'm welcoming you back to another pick a card reading, but instead of it being a full moon reading, which absolutely going to continue those, I want to start bringing you more content to bring you more value, because tarot has changed my life in so many ways, because it's given me a deeper connection to myself, but also to this idea of being connected to spirit, being connected to a higher power, and also being connected to the world around me, knowing that I am in all things are in me, and that I'm always being divinely guided. So today's tarot reading is going to be centered around that idea that we have guides, that we are not alone on this path. Our guides speak to us through so many ways, through sounds, through animals, which is why I have Wally here with me today. He's one of our family dogs. Animals are one of the ways guides speak to me a lot, definitely. And you might be already tapped in to who your spirit guides are. You might communicate with them, and so this might be a reading that you resonate with deeply. You might not have a relationship with your guides, and you might not know how they communicate with you. So you might also gain a lot from this reading and be able to reflect on past experiences and notice how much those experiences actually gave you a lot more than you might have realized at the time. For today, all you have to do is listen, take what serves you and leave the rest. Tarot is not about giving you prescription as to how you should live your life, but giving you a deeper insight, giving you a new perspective, giving you a bit of clarity, and reminding you about what you already know. All the answers are within you. All of what you need is already within you. It's about tapping into that. So like, subscribe, leave a comment below. I love to get in touch with everyone and get talking more about all this great stuff. And I'll definitely see you again for the full moon reading, but for now, let's get started on this reading. So take the next few moments to just gaze at the cards down below and notice if you get drawn to any of the crystals or the seashell. And if you get pulled between one or two, notice if you feel more of a dominant pull to one more than the other. Try to notice what your initial draw is towards. Soften your body when you're making the decision. Notice if you're clenching yourself and forcing a decision. And when you feel ready, look below to the pinned comment and click the timestamp for the pile you've picked. Alrighty, group number one. So if you picked group number one, you've got this slice of a crystal, which I can't remember the actual name of it, but it definitely has a really cool name, and it's got like a piece of a fossil almost growing inside of it. I have another one of these, my friend, and I really, really like them. So I'm gonna put that just off to the side here. So for the first part of the reading, we're gonna be asking the tarot, what wisdom do your spirit guides have for you? What information do they want to tell you? And then we're gonna ask them, how do they communicate with you? So that you're gonna get some more wisdom to carry out into your life, to notice, but also to look back historically. So first we're gonna look at your tarot, and then we're gonna look at your angel cards. So first we have here the star card, or the sun card in reverse. The devil card in reverse. Ooh, a lot of cards here in reverse. These two over. So it looks like you're getting a really strong message here from your guides that this might be a time for you to move out of your home or find a new home. So you might be coming to the end of a lease, or you might be feeling that wherever you're living right now isn't a place that you want to stay, or there might be, if you have roommates perhaps, there might be issues, you might be not feeling very contented living there. With the Four of Wands in reverse, this is about leaving a home, ending a friendship, not celebrating something, like breaking away from something, something dissolving, like a fire going out. I would definitely pay attention to if there's, but this is like a big thing. This is definitely usually around home life and relationships that feel like home. definitely paying attention to if there's any places in your life, but I'm definitely feeling mostly about home here. This can also be the dissolution of family, but more so in the family home space, or leaving the family unit. It might be about you, if you live with your family, breaking away from that sense of dependence on them, breaking away from that sense of having to be with them for all things. So that's definitely one strong message coming through here. Another strong message here is that you might have just come out of a very strong growth period, a very strong period of abundance, or being in this very vibrant stage of life where everything was really growing and you were in this big positive motion forward. But you have the Sun card here in reverse. So sometimes this can be going into a phase of almost like depression, almost a phase of depletion. So this might be describing what you need, that you either need to be toning things down and softening a little bit, that you might be going too big with things, or describing your inner state. But I really feel like this is saying that you've been going too hard, too strong. You need to tone down the fire element in your life. Wands describe the fire element, and you have two cards here describing the fire element. You have another card here, the Nine of Wands, which is telling you how strong you are. You're a very strong individual, very strong individual. And I feel like you've been using your strength quite a lot in the past. And right now you're being asked to remember you are strong. There's no doubt about it. You're a strong individual, but you don't always have to be in your strength. You don't always have to be at 100%. You don't always have to be burning the fire strong continuously. There can be a phase of embers that reignite at another point. And here, with the Wisdom card here, this is when you have an inner knowing as opposed to an outer knowing. So if the card was right side up, I would say that a teacher was coming into your life, a mentor was coming into your life. But with it upside down, the reverse energy perhaps, you are probably coming into a phase now where you might be, instead of outwardly expressing your knowledge, sharing your knowledge with the world, now is perhaps a time to come back to a personal study, come back to the inquiry, more of that Aquarius energy of seeking new ideas, looking outwards, but from a quiet place, from in my home office, or by myself. The Aquarius energy is actually a bit of a loner. Even though they are interested in the collective, they do it from a quiet place by themselves. And as well here, I feel like your love life might be coming up for some interesting turns here. The Devil card in reverse, that's when you have like a kick up in your sexual life. That's when you have a lot of fun coming into your life. This is the positive attributes of the Devil card. This is when you're not so greedy and not so addicted. This is the healing of addictive qualities. So you might be someone who is a bit addicted to work, addicted to go, addicted to achieving and doing, and constantly having all of your burners on and a pot on every one, and multitasking and constantly scheduling yourself. That definitely is a theme here, that you're a strong individual, and your guides are telling you that it's okay to slow down, it's okay to tune off, it's okay to break away from people and take time for yourself. And I feel like it's more than time, it's actual physical space, that you might need to actually take physical space away from people here. You're getting quite a lot of strong energy here with 3 major arcanas. They're the strongest energy in the deck. And then to have 2 fire sign cards as well, you could be possibly a fire sign in your sun, moon, or rising. So if you don't know your natal chart, that might be something you want to look up. You feel strong to me. Like, even as I start to read this, I feel my energy rising. You are not someone who lacks energy. And your guides perhaps are saying, acknowledge the benefits of that. Acknowledge there's a time and a place for that. That is something to feel proud of. That is something to know that has got you so far, that it has brought you where you are. There's so many things in your life that are the benefit, you've achieved because of that strength, because of how much you're able to achieve, because of how intelligent you are,
because of how good you are with people, with numbers, perhaps with analyzing, with strategizing. I really feel like you're an intelligent person here, but you need more play. There perhaps might be a person in your life, or if you are in a relationship, whom you need to invest in more fun time with them. And when I say fun, I don't mean, spending time at home, but literally play. Playing a board game, doing fun childlike activities, jumping on a trampoline, going to the beach, playing with a ball, like things we did as children that take us out of our analytical mind and more into this space of the flow state where we're just doing and not thinking about it so much. I feel like you need to be thinking a little less and just being a bit more. That is really coming through strongly on the cards here for you, that your fire energy is maybe a little overpowered and you need to find a bit more of the feminine water element energies. Maybe even getting in the water if you're close to bodies of water, or you have a pool, or at the very least take a bath. Maybe even a long shower. Like, find ways to cool down. But there's definitely something here about you moving away and breaking away from either the home, so that could be finding your own home, breaking away from certain types of relationships, but there's some breakaway happening here. Let's see what your angel cards are. Yeah, again, here, prosperity. You are someone who gets things done. You are a prosperous individual. You are not someone who sits around, you are a doer. So you might have a lot of Aries in your chart. Aries is someone who achieves. They don't like to sit around. If they know what the actions are to be taken, they take the actions. You might also be a Leo here, which is another fire sign that tends to be quite beautiful. They tend to be very vibrant. And you might also have a lot of Cancer qualities as well. You might have Cancer in your chart, which is why your spirit guides are saying you need that. You need that yearning for the water element, but you might not even realize it because your fire signs are overpowering it. So you might also be a beautiful person, but you need to appreciate the beautiful things in life. When you're going so fast and you're doing so much, you don't notice the beautiful flowers that you pass on your way to work. You don't notice the beautiful people that are making you your coffee at the coffee shops. You don't notice how beautiful the moment is, the breeze, the very small things that make our life so enjoyable can often just brush right past you, and you can't truly embrace them because you are so far ahead in your mind. You're thinking 10 steps ahead and not at the wonderful phrase someone just said and just how beautiful the words were. Beauty is something that transcends more than the physical. Sometimes it's even just how beautiful the act of kindness someone gives to you. Sometimes a friend's thoughtfulness to reach out to you and ask you how you're doing is a beautiful act. So that your angel cards here are saying to acknowledge the prosperity in your life, to not disregard that is a beautiful thing, but also know that the act of doing and being prosperous is not the only thing important in life. That you can also go and get a massage, and that's just as important. You can also go to the park with your niece or your nephew, and that's also just as important. You can go and have a pretzel and sit on a bench and talk to your girlfriend for 45 minutes, and that's great too. You need to find balance in your life. That's a big theme coming through here. Allow yourself to have fun. And maybe even it's something simple like just getting up and going outside for a little bit, but finding ways to really just be. Yeah, that's really ringing true for you. All right, so let's see how your spirit guides speak to you. All right, group one. So let's see how your spirit guides want to communicate with you. And there's so many ways in which our spirit guides can communicate with us, and that can also evolve over time. The more you get a deep relationship with them, the more the way they communicate can change. So let's see if there's any cards in here that want to speak to the ways in which they feel comfortable communicating. And you might already know the ways in which they do communicate. Maybe you don't. Maybe there are new ways that they want to show up. Let's see if there's anything that wants to come out today.
How is it that group one's spirit guides want to communicate with them? Oh. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, again, yeah. So again, the Devil card in reverse, like I was saying, your sexual life is going to be an interesting place to begin here. So if you're in a relationship, this is one of the ways in which you are going to be connecting with your spirit guides. So this intimate relationship that you might be in, if you are in one, is that ability to be vulnerable, that ability to be open, to share, to communicate, to find a way, the ability to find ways to express your needs and to be vulnerable with someone else. This person might be someone who's truly important on your soul path. You might be healing karmic cycles with them. You might be finding ways to address inner wounds with them. This person might be really important for you on your journey. And they're also helping you to tap into your ability to feel comfortable with your own body, like the beauty of the human body and the experience of being with another person. If you're not in a current relationship with someone, whatever relationship you do get into or whatever partnership you do have with someone, that is going to be a big place for you connecting to spirit. I mean, spiritual union, when two people come together, that's literally the closest you can be with another person. That experience is going to help you connect with your spirit guides. You will get messages that way somehow. How you get those messages will be revealed through time. But that is one way your spirit guides are going to start to speak with you. The relationship with that person, the openness you share with that person, the way in which you start to relate to your own body in that experience, how you're open with how you feel about yourself. But then also here, we're getting a lot more of this root chakra kind of references here. So your spirit guides are speaking to you a lot through your relationship with your physical possessions. So if you are clinging, if you are having any dramas around finances, around debt, if you have any stories in your mind around what you are worth, what your finances say about you, how much finances you have, how much money you have to be worthy, start to notice if there are any stories that you've told yourself, especially if they started from very young, because most of the stories in our mind have started from when we were very young, about what your finances and your assets say about you. A lot of us, especially if you've grown up in families where money was or wasn't talked about, when it's very extreme, they tend to make very marked impressions on us. Your spirit guides are talking to you a lot with how you relate to the physical world. So notice your response to the physical world. Notice to how you respond to a lack or having a plenty. Notice how you respond to your physical possessions. Are you hoarding of them? Are you possessive? Do you tend to not like people coming over because you don't want people touching your stuff? Your spirit guides are sending you messages through how you react and how you interact with these spaces. As well, are these things being taken away from you? Are you having issues getting loans? Are you having issues getting settlements with divorce? Are there obstacles being placed in front of you to getting these things that you want? Spirit guides don't only speak to you through things coming to you, but through things being put in your way. If this thing is not good for you, your spirit guides will make sure that you do not get to it. If that person is not good to have in your life, your spirit guide will make sure you know. Oftentimes we don't listen, but spirit guides work in so many ways. So that's why I mentioned at the beginning of the video. We could literally talk about how spirit guides talk to us for years because it is limitless. So these two cards here are saying that your relationships with your physical world, your money, your finances, your assets, your possessions, in those areas of your life where there is not things flowing freely, where you are hoarding, where things are not going as easily as you like, or they are flowing better than you would like,
that is how your spirit guides are speaking to you. So where things are flowing with ease, that's where your spirit guides are saying, perhaps, keep focusing on these areas. This is a place to keep investigating and exploring. Where things are not flowing, perhaps they're asking either, no, you shouldn't be here, or B, how badly do you want this thing? How badly does it matter to you? Does it matter to you? Why does it matter to you? Yeah, that's all I'm getting for you today, Pile 1. You are truly in a place of strength. You are truly a strong group. Truly a strong group. And you probably are a very wealthy group as well. But the biggest theme here is to slow down a bit and notice if there are any places you need to break away from, and that your spirit guides are talking to you a lot through your physical world and through your intimate relationships, not only with your own body, but the intimate relationship you hold with another being. Thank you so much, Group 1.
All right, Group 2. So if you pick the amethyst crystal, I love this one. I got this in Vancouver when I was traveling a long time ago. Actually, we'll put that here. So, mix this up. So first we're gonna pull your tarot cards. These ones are gonna ask your spirit guides what messages they have for you. And then we have 2 more angel cards here to go a little bit deeper. Oh, wow. Okay, so in this deck, this is this is an oracle deck I'm using here. So you have 3 chakra cards, and then 2 other cards. So this oracle deck has a bit of the tarot version as well. So your spirit guides are really asking you to pay attention to your energy centers. Now, you might be someone who is already tapped into this. To get 3 chakra cards makes me think right away that you might be deeply aware of your energy centers. You might be in the spiritual area of your life. You might be aware of your spirit guides already. You might be connected to them, but you're being called to pay attention to the base chakra, which is the very root, the solar plexus, Manipura, which is the area of confidence, where we learn to be a leader, where we learn to also be a follower, where we are able to laugh at ourselves because we don't have a strong ego here when it's balanced. And you're also being asked to pay attention to the third eye, Ajna, which is where we connect to our intuition and our inner knowing. When these places are grounded and strong, we are a fearless leader, but we can also be a spiritual teacher, to be honest. This is truly a place, I really feel like you're going through a huge manifestation, because you are asked to be rooted down into the earth, to have all your primal needs sorted, to have your body sorted, your health sorted, but also to have energy, to have fuel. When the solar plexus energy is the one that draws in, it's basically filling up your gas tank so the car can run strong. If there's no gas in the car, it doesn't matter what the rest of the body has going on, it's not going to go anywhere. And the third eye is where we know. It's your psychic abilities, it's your intuition, it's your faith, it's your trust, it's your feeling ability where no one can shake you. It's your connection to who you are, what purpose you have, where you need to be going. It's also where you feel connected to what you're supposed to be doing in this lifetime, your dharma, your purpose. I really feel like you are being called to do something. There is something your spirit guides are saying you need to take act. There is something you're supposed to do, and it's big. It is something perhaps that is you've never done before, or it feels like it's a whole new version of yourself, especially here with the 8 of Swords. This card is one where you're afraid. You are afraid to come out. You feel caged. You feel like you can't take the next step. You feel like
this is too much for me, I can't do this. You feel doubtful, you feel fearful, you go through all the reasons in your mind why, no, I can't do this, no one's ever done this before, no, not me, I'm not strong enough, I'm not brave enough. This is definitely something you're afraid of doing, and you feel stuck in one place because of it. You feel unable to make a decision, but a big part of you feels like you know you're supposed to do this thing, whatever this thing is. You also here have the 6 of Cups in reverse. So there's a part of you that's also feeling this emotional, not tide, but like this emotional stirring. So instead of you looking backwards and like old love coming back to you, I feel like you're looking forwards. You're looking forwards for love. Like, you want something to blossom in your life. You want someone to come into your life. You want something to sprout. You want something to evolve. You want something to come about. Almost like you have the wish card, but not quite. So there's that. But the stronger message from your guides is that you need to take action, and you need to step out of this place of fear, and you need to welcome in this softness, this emotional space. Like, you need to welcome in this ability to love yourself and allow others in to love you, and allow them to help push you forward into whatever this new space is. But especially with the placement of these cards, because that also means something. Like, you are moving into something. I really need to see what these angel cards are, because these are, yeah, oh gosh. Okay, so you've got here the Earth and Hope. The Earth card here, Archangel Ariel, is when you have the strength of the earth, the rootedness and the support of the earth, but also the nourishment of the earth, the longevity of the earth. Whatever it is that you need to be doing, it's not something you need to do for a day or a month or a week. This is like being a political leader for the 4-year term, but the kind of leader that you know that if you start, you're going to get reelected. This is like starting a business that is going to change the face of the earth. This is like reinventing yourself. This is something that is not small. Whatever this is, you need to do it, and you need to do it because it's serving not just you, but a community, a bigger population. This is going to save the planet. This is going to save a huge community, an underserved community. It's like you're nourishing someone, but someone's like a huge, like, I just feel big. Like, I feel almost overwhelmed with hugeness. Like, I just keep feeling this. Like, I just keep. This is all that I keep. It's like behind my eyes. I just keep feeling like ripples expanding outwards. And then you keep getting the Hope card, because this is what's telling you to stop fearing so much. Your fears keep telling you that the future won't work out. Your fears keep projecting you forward and keep saying it's not going to work out. But your guides are telling you it is. Like, you have everything you need within you. You need to focus on grounding down, getting that confidence, filling yourself up, and connecting to your inner knowing. You have all of these things within you. Your guides are telling you whatever this thing is, go for it. Get out of your head. You are here to save the planet or a very large community. You're getting a lot of feather motifs here as well. You are taking flight. I really feel like you are here to protect. You are here like the bird that sweeps their wings over the nest of the baby birds. You are a leader in your community, and you might not see yourself that way, but others do see yourself that way. This is really powerful energy here. And you have clearly been living too small. You are not realizing yourself for the power that you are. You are a strong individual. You are someone that needs to take up space. This is huge power. Yeah, huge. Let's see how your guides are talking to you, because you are clearly going on a very... Oh, and as I pick up the cards, the one card that flips up on the bottom is responsibility. You have a responsibility. The cards do not lie. You have a responsibility to take care of someone, some group. There's some community, and this might be a huge community. I really do not think this is small. I do not think this is 1,000 people. I think this is big. You have a responsibility to take care of some group of, and see, even in this card, they're holding the literal earth in their hand. You are responsible for someone. In this lifetime, this is part of your dharma. And if this feels relevant to you, you might already know who this group is, and you might already be underestimating how large the group is. You might think, oh, but it's not that big. No, it's bigger than you think. This group is much bigger than you think. You will feel empowered when you connect with this group. You will feel fulfilled when you connect with this group. And in turn, so will they. Because by leading them, by offering to them, by empowering them, you do the same for yourself. You know, it works the same way. It's like the teacher who feels filled up by the students who achieve. This is huge. Let me see if there's any other cards here about how anytime you feel empowered and fulfilled, that is how your guides are gonna know. You're gonna know your guides are gonna speak to you. Oh, that's too many cards, guys. Okay, so you want to know, how are your guides speaking to you? If you feel empowered when you're doing these things, that's who your guides are talking to you. The people that you're around, that's when your guides are sending you messages. The conversations, the places. Yeah, this is really important work that you're doing. You have a really important role. We all have important roles, but yours is important on a mass scale. Some of us have an important role on an individual level. Let me just shuffle again. You have a role that is important at affecting very large groups of people. And you need to start to lean into it. And I think a lot of it is perhaps about not thinking so much about why it won't work, why you think it won't work at least, but allowing yourself to feel what would happen if it did work. What would it look like if it worked out? You know, what would it sound like? So is there anything else here for group 2 for how their guides like to speak to them, how their guides want to communicate with them? Is there anything else for group 2? Anything else for group 2? Oh. All right, let's see if that one wants to come out a bit stronger. Let's see. Again, base chakra and pleasure. So you need to connect to your base chakra. You need to get really grounded. The fear is what's trapping you right now. Your base chakra is too out of whack. Fear will not get you anywhere in life. If we constantly listen to our fear, we will not do anything. We will simply stay where we are and nothing will change. Whatever you are afraid of, you need to listen to it. Not run from it, but listen to it. And then ask yourself, what's the opposite of it? If I'm afraid of this happening, what's the alternative? Find ways to ground down. Find ways to move your body, to eat, to breathe, to make sure your physical space is taken care of. And then try to find ways in which you can run the scenarios of what would happen if this worked out in my favor? What would it look like? What would it feel like? What would it sound like? Whose support would I need? Like, actually start to employ the manifestation in your head. Because sometimes we don't think about it enough. We're thinking too much about the scenario, about the fear-based option, and we give very little thought to the scenario that it would work out. But what if you were to as obsessively think about the option where it did work out and all the minute details of it? Perhaps that's one aspect. And the other aspect here is to let yourself feel good. I think you're so trapped in being afraid of this thing that you're not letting yourself feel good. Your spirit guides are going to speak to you through pleasure. So find ways in which you can feel pleasure. Your spirit guides are going to speak to you through beautiful things, through indulging, through sensuality. Your spirit guides might speak to you through art, through flowers, through nature, through the things that you think are beautiful, that you think are indulgences. And they might speak to you through those things in the ways you don't even think about. Like, it could be an ad on TV. It could be a person who repeats a word, Once my spirit guide spoke to me through the same word being used by 3 different people in the same place in the span of an hour. Synchronicities are confirmations. Maybe you'll go to the spa, and that's where your spirit guides speak to you. You need to find pleasure. Your spirit guides will speak to you through pleasure. Pleasure takes you out of fear. Your base chakra, rooting down, what makes you feel safe? Your spirit guides will speak to you in places that you feel safe. What makes you feel connected to a sense of responsibility? A sense of feeling empowered and fulfilled. That is where your spirit guides will speak to you. There is something you're supposed to do, and your spirit guides are telling you it's going to work out because you were meant to do it. This is the biggest message I'm getting for you, Group 2. Thank you so much for being with me today.
Alrighty, Group 3, welcome to your tarot reading. So if you pick Group 3, you've got the beautiful Labradorite crystal skull. Got this from my brother for Christmas one year. Love him. Both the skull and my brother. So I'm gonna put them right there. Alrighty, so we're gonna read your oracle cards and / tarot. They're a bit of a mix to ask your guides what the message is, and then we've got 2 angel cards here. Okay, so right away the placement of these cards is really interesting. Group 3, you are at the very beginning of the major arcana. So there are 22 major arcana cards, which are the strongest energy of the deck. They go from 0 to 21, so 22. 0 is the Fool, 1 is the Magician. And they basically tell the story of moving through this literal journey, the Fool's journey. And your first 2 cards are 0 and 1. You are on the beginning of a journey. And literally you're getting them in that exact order. You are embarking on something. You are putting your first foot out into something important. This is what your guides are here to tell you. That you are here to begin some new path, some new exploration. This could be something you do by yourself. And with this 2 of Cups in reverse, I have a feeling you might be doing this journey by yourself. I'm really picking up a strong, more than a feeling, I'm picking up a strong energy here that you are doing, this journey is one in which you are breaking away from a union with one person in particular. But with the 7 of Swords, there might be other people in your life that are not necessarily having the best interest, or having your best interest rather. Your spirit guides are really here to tell you that you're perhaps going through an evolution. You're perhaps discovering a lot about yourself, about what you need, about what you don't need, about where you want to be in your life, where you want to go, and it's becoming very clear to you. And this is the next phase, and you're really beginning to say, okay, these are some steps I want to take, and you need to know who you need to have on that journey, who's here to support you, who can support you, who's available to support you, and who just isn't. And that's not to say that people are good, that people are bad for not being able to do that, but more of just a matter of fact. If someone can support you, that's wonderful. If they can't support you, they can't support you. But you have 2 cards here that are speaking to a breaking of a union, a breaking of a spiritual bond. So this could be the dissolution of a friendship, this could be the dissolution of a relationship, this could be the dissolution of a bond to a family member who doesn't understand this new phase you're going on, this new journey, this new side of yourself. You might be beginning to change in ways that people just aren't willing to accept, in ways that people are, I don't recognize you, who is this person? Especially if you have a lot of people in your life who have been there for so long, they've been accustomed to seeing you in one way, and now you're showing up in a completely different way. And with the 7 of Swords here, this card can come about when there are Judases in the mix, when there are people around you who are showing you 2 faces, or there are people around you who truly are just there to get what they need. This can be one individual, this can be groups of individuals, But this can be that you're in spaces, groups, environments where the people around you just cannot support you. And they might be doing this knowingly or not, but that you're not in spaces that can truly support the evolution you're going through, that you're not truly in spaces that can feed your spirit at this time, and that you might even be around people who have malicious intent, that you might even be around people who could possibly be deceiving you, be telling you one thing and mean something else. And that with the Three of Pentacles here, that you have something coming for you, that this new journey is going to bring you prosperity, this new journey is going to bring you some recognition, some kind of reward, some kind of spotlight, that perhaps there are people who are noticing as well the changes that you're going through and saying, wow, oh my gosh, look at how wonderful this person is turning their life around, or look at the change this person's gone through, that's so admirable. That just as much as there might be people around you who don't have your best interest at heart, there also might be people around you who have the opposite, who see the wonderful ways in which you are, butterflying essentially, that you are transforming, that you are starting to shift your life into a way that is more authentic, that is more real, and is also bringing you more onto your true path. Because when we are doing the things that we're meant to do, we shine brighter. It's that saying or that phrase that people say, when I'm doing me, you look better. When you're feeling good, you look better. When you are feeling good from the inside, you shine from the outside. And some people are seeing that outer glow. Some people are seeing that you feel good on the inside because of how you walk and because of how you smile. And that might start to show up in your life, in your physical world. You might start to get, recognition at work. You might start to get recognition from people around you. You might start to get recognition from clients. Your spirit guides are telling you here that there are people around you who want to support you just as much as there are things that you need to let go of. So not to feel necessarily that all is gone to the garbage, that you have to let go of everyone in your life. But there are both things have to happen. There's a bit of Libra energy here. There's a bit of a balance. That some things have to be shed, but that there will still be resources around you that want to help you elevate, that want to take you along this journey of evolution, that want to take you along this journey of ascension, into getting to know this new version of yourself and dealing with the healing process you're going through, because that's what comes along with this journey you're going on. It's this healing of wounds. It's this letting go of baggage. It's this deciding that I don't want to be upset about that thing anymore. Or I don't want to carry your emotional baggage. I have my own things I'm thinking about. Or I'm more comfortable with my own self, so I don't need to be around people all the time. Let's see what your angel cards here are saying. Yeah, so you definitely are protected. This is why you've got the Seven of Swords. There are people around you who definitely are not, they're not really interested in your best interests at all. And Archangel Michael is here to protect you. Archangel Michael is known for having a sword. He is known for cutting away the things that are here to harm, essentially. He is the badass bodyguard of the angels, if you will. And he is protecting you. Your spirit guides are here to tell you, you are where you're supposed to be. Keep doing you. Don't be concerned about anybody else. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. You are guided. You are protected. Your spirit guides got you 100%. Keep going. Do not listen to the naysayers, people who are perhaps talking about you behind your back. When you start really living in your true path, it shines a light on other people who are numbing out to their own pain, who are mindlessly moving through the world without thinking about things. And if they have to question things, that means they have to change. And a lot of people don't want to have to change. So you're essentially causing them a discomfort.
But that's not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to take care of your own self. So your spirit guides are here to tell you you're protected. Keep focusing on your own self, your own experience. Others will have to deal with theirs when the time comes. Maybe not this lifetime, maybe next. But you will be fine. But then you also have this card here for conflict resolution. So there might be conflicts that will come up as you go on this journey. People won't understand, just like I was saying before. People will feel confused. They will want to know, well, why are you changing? You used to love this thing. Why don't you love it anymore? It's like when we are younger and we are in university and we drink tons and tons and tons, and then you get older, you start working, and you go to the gym, and you go to your book club, and you go to all these little things. You start to have little hobbies and little activities, and you don't want to go to the bar 7 days a week anymore. And all of a sudden, there are some people in your life who just don't get it, or anything else, perhaps something you used to do a lot. Change, some people just have a difficulty with, and you are going through change. So anything that you used to do a lot and you are now saying, I don't want to do that anymore, is probably going to create a bit of conflict. Any way that you used to act, any way that you used to speak, any way that you used to engage, and you are now shifting into a new way, a new style, is probably going to create a bit of conflict. So you're going to have to start to be very conscious of your words. Your spirit guides are telling you, you really need to get thoughtful about how you're going to handle those situations. What is the kind of terminology you want to use? How do you want to handle those conversations? Which people do you feel more important? Because you're not going to have 50-hour conversations with every single person. Which ones are more important to you? Which ones do you want to invest more time in, more energy into? Conflict resolution is something that's going to be a theme for you, so you need to prepare yourself emotionally and mentally. Maybe even before hanging out with some people, you do some meditations. You take some time for yourself, reminding you that this is a possibility, and I need to prepare myself as much as possible so that when I have these interactions, I'm emotionally prepared. I'm also even preparing phrases in your mind. That sometimes works for me when I've gone through a lot of these experiences. If you are not sure what you want to say, sometimes it helps to have catchphrases so that you don't say things that are A, hurtful, or B, not accurate to what your experience is because you're caught on the fly and you're just saying things. But yeah, your spirit guides are telling you you're protected. So although this is perhaps going to be a difficult journey, because in the beginning it is, you are safe, you are protected. But you're going to have a few difficult conversations as you start to break away from these spiritual unions you have with people, because there are some very close people in your life perhaps that you're going to break away with. I feel like it might not be, I think this is going to be one in particular, one very deep relationship that's going to break. But there are perhaps a few others that are more minor. But your guides are telling you to prepare yourself for this. And what you will be left with are those who truly start to see you. And these might be people who you didn't even really see, because at the time, you weren't in the same place. And now you realize, oh, we actually have a lot more in common. Let's see how your guides are going to speak to you, because I think your guides are going to start speaking to you a lot more. When you're going through a journey like this, meditation is going to be really important. Your guides are probably going to start speaking to you so much more, and so finding a way to garner that connection is going to be really important. Slowing down, going for walks, anything that can, anything that can slow down your energy, grounding your energy, deep breathing. So anything you can find for pranayama, that will be really helpful as well. Any kind of meditative tools to synchronize yourself to your own energy, and therefore the energy of the spirits that move with you, your angels, your guides, will be really, really helpful here. Ooh, yeah, okay, so your heart chakra is one of the ways your spirit guides are going to speak to you. So your energy of love, so the things that your heart chakra energy goes outwards, and this energy basically pulls you to things. So anything that you feel attracted to, and on this journey, that's what's going to happen. you're going to start to feel energy that draws you to things, new things usually. So that's one element. So where you feel pulled to new things, new ideas, new people, new places, notice what you learn in those places. Your spirit guides are speaking to you through those places. Do they bring new ideas to you? Do they bring you into new activities that you bring into your lifestyle? Do they bring new friends into your life? Your spirit guides are speaking to you through those activities, through those people. But also notice if there's any wounds around your heart that need healing, any self-love issues, any issues of giving and receiving love, any issues of how love works, any stories in your mind that you've told yourself on how much love you're supposed to have, what love means, how much love you're supposed to give. As children, we've made up our mind usually about most of these things. Like we tell ourselves, this is how you give love, this is how love looks, this is how love doesn't look. Your spirit guides are going to show up for you by you noticing in your relationships, this is how I express love, this is how I don't express love. Notice these areas, and if you're into chakras, looking into things that help to balance the heart chakra will be another way in which you communicate with your spirit guide. So heart chakra balancing meditations, heart chakra balancing foods. Another way that you'll connect to your spirit guides, and this card has been coming up a lot, and I think this is because a lot of us typically are not encouraged to have for a lot of the piles, this card is coming up a lot for a lot of the piles. A lot of us are not encouraged to have a very positive relationship with our sexuality and a sexual relationship in which we not only share a physical one, but we share an open and vulnerable experience where we honor each other, where we experience the beauty of the human body, and not necessarily purely from the physical carnal place. There's definitely a theme here for you of honoring each step, not only along your journey, but then each part of your body, your sexuality, what it means to feel your body. Like, have you actually ever done that? Felt your body as an individual person? Do you know what it means like to touch every inch of your body and to identify, this is the vessel that my spirit is within. This is the vehicle of my human experience. And to recognize that when I have a sexual experience with someone, I share this with them. By honoring my body, I honor that experience with them. By honoring their body, I honor that experience with them. Your spirit guides are definitely going to speak to you through your ability to be open to that. And if that makes you uncomfortable, then there's something there for you. Your spirit guides are speaking to you through that, definitely. So noticing that openness. So if you're not in a romantic relationship, this is definitely speaking to your relationship with your own sexuality. If you are in a romantic relationship, this is speaking to your ability to be open and share and honor the bond with another human being without it being purely carnal, but about it being an honoring of each other, an honoring of two energies coming together in a beautiful experience that is open and vulnerable. And if you are uncomfortable with that, this is how your guides are speaking to you. To dive deeper into that uncomfort. Why? What is underneath that uncomfort? But wherever you are, group 3, you are on a place of really carving out your path. You are on your dharma. And you are just starting this journey, so know that you are protected. I know you are probably feeling some uncomfort, but know that you are protected. Your guides are with you. They are with you. Thank you so much, group 3. Alrighty, group 4. Welcome to your tarot reading. So if you pick group 4, you've got the beautiful seashell on the back side. It's got pink and some purple. And I got this one in Little Cayman. So it's
really special to me. So I'll put that right there. Alrighty, so I'm gonna pull first your 5 oracle cards, and these ones are gonna ask what messages from your spirit guides we have, and then we've got 2 angel cards to go a little bit deeper. Alrighty, group 4. So, your spirit guides here are telling you that you might be getting a marriage proposal. You might be, well, not necessarily marriage proposal, but you might be meeting the love of your life, your soul partner, your twin flame. You also could be starting a business, especially here with the financial material, with the 5 of Pentacles. But the Lover's card is either the union of 2 literal lovers or the union of business. It can be either or. It doesn't always have to mean romantic love. It can be the union of 2 people that are meant to work together, and it's that loving partnership. It can be some kind of partnership here. And the 5 of Pentacles is usually when our financial world changes in some quick way. So it can be either an influx or it can be sometimes a loss. And you're getting here the Temperance card, which is asking you to find a little bit of less of an extreme swing. So if you think of a pendulum, it's basically saying, your spirit guides are saying, things are going a little bit like this, let's find it slowing down a little bit. So perhaps you've already joined in some kind of partnership, and there was this extremity in the movement in the financial, the material. So maybe you purchased land, you purchased a building, finances changed very quickly, maybe the partnership came about very quickly, and your spirit guides are telling you to slow things down a bit. And I think because of the things moving so fast, you've disconnected a bit from who you are and knowing that your own strength and your own capabilities. With the World card here in reverse, I'm really feeling that you've disconnected a bit from knowing that you are connected to all things, that your capabilities are limitless, and remembering all that has brought you to this point. Like, I think instead of thinking about the strength that you have and all of the hard work and all of the endurance that brought you to wherever you are in your life, you're only thinking about this one moment and you're rushing into something. And your spirit guides are telling you to slow down. I'm really getting that energy of rush. Yeah, definitely here, your spirit guides are saying, like, take a step back, or at least like slow down in your spot. And here you have the 5 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, again, things, I think because there hasn't been a lot of pushback, perhaps whatever you've been doing, it hasn't been very difficult. So it's been easy to just rush ahead with things. Your guides are still saying, slow things down. Whatever it is that's been going on in your life, your guides are saying, slow down things, like let things settle. Be patient. Like, there's definitely a strong energy here of slowing down, yeah, and healing. I really feel like there's a lot here about this. So I've pulled your angel cards to get the clarity, because there's something more here, and I'm not quite sure exactly what it is I'm picking up. With the Lover's card here, if this is resonating for you, group 4, if you feel that you've rushed into any romantic relationship, the reason why you might be needing to slow down is that there might be some healing that you need to go through individually before this relationship, that rushing into it is bypassing any inner work that needs to be done, that you've kind of skirted around working on yourself and rushed into this into this relationship. And again, this might
be a business relationship, but I'm kind of feeling this could be more romantic, that this truly could be more of the traditional representation of the Lover's card, that this could be something of the romantic world, and that there's something within you that needs to be processed, because you're not allowing yourself to think beyond just this one moment, and your spirit guides are asking you, slow down, try not to change everything. Even though things might feel easy right now, even though it might feel nice to just think about the present moment and not think beyond, there is more to life than just how it feels right now. Like, feeling good right now is nice, yes, but this moment prepares you for the next moment and the next moment. So make sure that whatever you're doing in this moment is something that's setting yourself up for something that will be beneficial in the next moment. You've also got here divine justice. I think that there might be something that's coming to a head. I'm gonna see if there's any clarifiers in here, because I think that there's something really important here for you, group 4. Yeah, I've pulled here another major arcana card. There's some strong energy here. You need to sacrifice something. There's something you need to let go of. Some wrong has been done. Some injustice has happened. I'm trying to find the right word here. Something has not been done right, and your guides are telling you there's something you need to let go of. I'm gonna see if you can get another card. There's something, and you know what this is. There's something that you need to release. Oh, that's too many cards. There's something that you need to sacrifice because you're holding on to something that feels good, because it feels good, obviously. When things feel good, it's like a drug, right? When it feels good, you want to keep it going, but it's not serving you. It's not serving you. There's a deep, you're holding on to it because it's allowing you to cover away, to numb out from the pain. So if I stick with this feeling good thing, I don't have to feel this thing down here. But you're gonna have to deal with it sooner or later. And there's someone's been harmed in some way or wronged in some way, and yeah, you're standing still in one place. You're not making a decision. There's something that needs to be decided upon. There's something that needs to be done here. Someone was wronged. Someone was, yes, that's what I keep getting. Especially here, getting the divine justice card. Somehow, sooner or later, whatever it is that was done, that was shady, that was in the dark, that was mischievous, that was not done with the best intentions, that was not done to benefit someone, but instead benefit someone else, knowing that it would harm someone else possibly, that's gonna come to light. And you can't hide from it. I feel that's what the cards are telling you, like, slow down, stop trying to run away from something, stop trying to hide from something. You have to face this thing in order to truly be in this life, to show up as the way you wanna be. And this is possibly a reason that you're experiencing not being able to think past this present moment. Because if you think past this present moment, you feel how deeply painful this is, because you're fully aware of whatever it is that's happened to this person. And I really feel like it's a person, and I think the sacrifice that you need to have right now is possibly this relationship. This relationship, or some aspect of it, it's moved way too fast. Something about this has moved super fast, and you're not allowing yourself to feel. There's a deep healing that needs to go on here. There's a deep justice that needs to be done, and justice might be for you, perhaps. It might not be for someone else. Maybe the justice is for you, and you're not willing to look into it yet because of the healing that is required if you were to express the wrong that has been done to you. But someone has been wronged, and you are running away from the correction of that wrong. You are running away from the resolution, from the healing, because of how painful it is. And you're staying where it's easy. You're staying where it feels good. And this relationship, this union, this lover, this might be the influx of wealth. So it might be that the financial, material change I was talking about might be that they're wealthy, and that you know, you got these fancy dinners and you have this beautiful house and it feels really great. But no, your guides are saying, like, slow down. This stuff is not what you need. You need to sacrifice this. You need to say, no, I don't want this. And I'm going to stop being in this place of indecision. Yeah, this is really important, group 4. This is really, really important work. And I'm never gonna tell you, you know, that life is always rainbows and butterflies. This is what the tarot is saying to you right now. So I'm gonna ask the cards, how are your guides speaking to you, so that you can get a bit of wisdom as to how they're speaking to you. How are the guides for group 4 speaking to them? Is there one more card? Spirit, one more card for group 4. One more card for group 4. Too many cards. Yeah, this is really urgent, whatever this is. Cards have a lot of energy today. Anything else? Maybe it's just one really strong message. Oh, we got one more. Okay. So we have intelligence and inspiration. So yeah, you're a smart individual here, group 4. You know all of this already. There's nothing here that I'm telling you that you don't already know. You are very smart, you're educated, you're perceptive. You might have done this, you might have noticed this was an opportunity. I'm gonna get involved in this person. This is an opportunity for me to run away from this pain. This is an opportunity for me to get submerged in something. This is definitely, you are smart. You might be someone who's highly educated. You might be someone who's educated to a master's level, or just someone who's very intelligent, very interested in knowledge and learning. You have a lot of Aquarius energy in your chart, a lot of Gemini energy, Sun, Moon, or Rising, depending on where you are. You might be someone who's also just very perceptive. You pick up on a lot of information, a lot of things. So you might already be deeply connected to your guides. And you might be also quite impulsive. So this might be why this energy is already being picked up, especially here with the inspiration card. You might be someone who is sparked by ideas. And so your spirit guides are speaking to you through these ways. Your spirit guides are speaking to you through inspiration. So when things wake you up in the middle of the night, when ideas just pop into your head, when you're driving in the car and a song comes into your mind, when things just seem to come to you, when you feel all of a sudden, I have to do something, I want to go somewhere, this is how your spirit guides are speaking to you. They're also speaking to you through that intelligence, through that learning, that knowledge, that perception, that yearning to know more, the things that you are inquisitive about, the things that you want to learn more about. That's how your spirit guides are speaking to you. So the things that you feel naturally drawn to wanting to get more information about, look to those things. Your spirit guides are asking you to learn those things. These are places that you can gain more wisdom through, and this might be part of the healing. So it might be that you're curious about places that are naturally going to be helping you on this healing journey, helping you to find more confidence, more clarity, more of the things that you need. So listen to the places that you feel curious about, and it might not be traditional sources. It might be online, it might be books, it might be people, it might be webinars or workshops. There are so many ways that we learn and gain knowledge. It doesn't necessarily have to be traditional routes. Open up yourself to being flexible. Your spirit guides are speaking to you both through your intuition and your ability to just listen to the things that naturally rise from within, but also your interest in learning, in knowledge. And those routes that you're interested in learning, those are the ways in which your spirit guides want to guide you. So if you're interested in cooking, your spirit guides are trying to tell you, go learn how to cook. Go learn about making cookbooks. Go learn about cooking tools. Whatever the interest aspect is, this is how your spirit guides are speaking to you. the things you want to learn about, the things you can't stop reading about, the things you can't stop questioning about. Your spirit guides are talking to you through those things. The things that just pop into your head just impulsively, your spirit guides are thinking about them. Now, it doesn't say you follow every single one, but for a moment, just question. What if my spirit guide was speaking to me through that song? What could the meaning be? What if my spirit guide was speaking to me through this? It's about being curious when it comes to your spirit guides, not about thinking that every single thing possible in life is my spirit guide. If I have an itch, it's my spirit guide. But the possibility that it could be. Yeah, group 4, I really feel here that you need to slow down and open your eyes to something big needing to change here. Something needs to go, because there is something deep that needs to happen. And it's either only affecting you and a small other group of people, or it could be a few others. But your spirit guides are saying that it needs to happen, because there's some deep healing and justice that needs to happen here. And I really feel like it has to do with a romantic relationship. This partner may have abused you, perhaps. There might be emotional or physical abuse, sexual abuse. Or maybe you're using this relationship to numb out of something that happened previously. But I really feel like the cards are telling you here that you need to let go of that relationship or something else. There's something that you are using to avoid the true issues. Just how oftentimes we use obsessive actions, obsessive behaviors to avoid the real issues. That's what I think is happening here. And your guides are saying, okay, slow it down, find a little balance, a little moderation. Like, take your time. Something needs to be addressed. Because there's something that needs to go on here. Yeah. Thank you so much for your time, group 4.